Mark Meredith live on the North Lawn. Mark, thanks a lot. Here to react to all of this is Florida Congresswoman and member of the House Homeland Security Committee, Kat Cammack. She joins us live from the GOP retreat in Orlando, which is kicking off today. Congresswoman, welcome.
Hey, thanks, Mike. Thanks for having me.
President Biden selling a $2.3 trillion package, which includes some infrastructure. He's in the process of rolling out another $1.5 to $1.8 trillion spending and tax plan. What can Republicans do about it?
Well, the big question is how in the heck are we going to pay for this? We've just come off a record spending with so-called COVID relief packages. Less than 9% actually went to COVID relief. Now we have an infrastructure plan, or I should say so-called infrastructure plan, where less than 6% of that is actually going to roads and bridges and rural broadband, actual real infrastructure. The left wants to socially engineer what they call green infrastructure, childcare, Supreme Court reform. All this stuff is packed in, but we have no way to pay for this. We have record levels of national debt, and if you look at the plan that the Republicans put forward, it's a fraction, but it deals with all the core issues and infrastructure that we have to deal with failing roads, failing bridges. We have got to get back to the basics in this country. We cannot sustain this ultra-liberal left agenda that Biden and Nancy Pelosi are trying to ram down Americans' throats. It's unsustainable. So what we're focused on right now here at the Republican retreat is those basic things. Getting infrastructure, a real infrastructure plan on the table, getting real COVID relief to Americans, getting businesses back open. And you notice we're here in Florida for this Republican retreat. Why? Because Florida is open for business. This is what we need to get back to.
Well, one possible pay for they're talking about is raising taxes on businesses and higher income earners. Is that wise coming out of this COVID lockdown?
Absolutely not. Listen, people and entities, organizations, we're all motivated by incentives. The higher that taxes will go, the more that people will hold back on investing. They won't have that certainty long term to keep growing businesses and creating jobs. Let's just say it for all those out there and those in the back. Government does not create jobs. Private business and entities do. We need to make the most efficient use of taxpayer dollars by giving them the certainty long term. You can't tax us into prosperity. All we're doing is creating higher levels of poverty, increasing class warfare with this ridiculous notion of increasing taxes on the wealthiest earners and making people pay their quote-unquote fair share. I think everybody needs to have skin in the game. I think we need to have businesses investing long-term, but they're certainly not going to do that when we're doubling the capital gains tax. This is ludicrous. We saw the prosperity that was occurring under President Trump. We need to continue those same measures. If it ain't broke, let's not fix it, right?
All right, well, to the Republican retreat there in Orlando, where you're taking us behind the scenes, what are your expectations?
Yes. So we've seen for the last few months, these first 100 days under President Biden, that Americans don't like the direction that the country is going. Whether it is the Biden border crisis, whether it is this ridiculous notion of social engineering under the guise of infrastructure, Americans don't like this. So what we're doing here at the Republican retreat is one team, one mission, taking our country back. And it's never been a better time to be a Republican because we're focused on the basics, the issues that Americans care about. We're actually getting together, putting forward the plan that will be in place when we take the House back in 2 years. It's not enough just to be opposed to the Biden administration. We have to stand up collectively and be one team, one mission with all of our agenda items with a commitment to America of more freedom, less taxes, more prosperity, getting kids back in school, fixing healthcare, and finally fixing our broken immigration system. That's what we're here in Orlando working on, is getting that agenda put forward because that's what Americans deserve. They deserve a Congress that shows up and puts a plan together that we have been asking for years. That's what's happening here over the next few days in Orlando.
Congresswoman Kat Cammack of the great state of Florida, thanks for taking us behind the scenes. Have a wonderful day.